This video is brought to you by my lovely patrons over on Patreon. I'd like to give a huge shout out to Anina, Clay, Mariah, Maddie, Edalis, Dre, Thomas, Tara, Zoe, Zuzia, Ainsley, Sabine, Jimma, Bailey, Azzy, Jacqueline, Monica, Jordan, Green, Lizzie, Willow, Danny, Blessing, Avery, Maddie, Alexia, B, Max, T, Taylor, M, Lovely, Antonina, Anna, Valen, Ali, Obsessed, Brianna, Nicole, Carnations, Kristen, Tequila, Autumn, Emily, Sarah, Vanessa, Nini, Nura, Matcha, Ava, Yasmin, Leah, Kayla, Ali, Ginny, Vika, Inez, June, Elizabeth, Penguin, Sammy, Roland, Rose, Lydia, Mila, Adrian, Lexi, Bana, Chi, Madison, Beck, Jemiah, Mads, Rachel, Daisy, Honeybee, Jade, Hooves, Rose, Alyss, Caden, Sponge, AJ, Kate, Jay, Praxton, Nicole, Terry, Hollow, Rebecca, Allison, Jacqueline, Jakaria, Mina, Lilith, Ange, Jasmine, Lizard, Haley, Kiki, Illyria, Lady Demista, Zebra, Lala, Ari, Amy, Busy, Molly, Xylosaurus Rex, Lunaris Galaxia, Maya, Novastar, Annie, Tori, Ariel, Bolchi, Bree, Zael, and Jenny. If you'd like to support this channel and get some pretty nifty perks such as exclusive weekly audios and novel readings, the link is in the description. Oh my gosh, you are a lifesaver. You are the best thing that has ever happened. And I hope I don't sound demanding or pushy, but we need to go. We need to leave the establishment as soon as possible. I am just so glad that you had your phone with you and on and you checked it. Because I don't know if I could have done that even a moment longer. So an immediate, I owe you so much. I can't even begin to describe the lengths at which I will go to make this up to you. All of the lengths, every single length possible, I will go to make this up to you. I promise. Do you really want to hear about it? It's a nightmare. It's truly a nightmare. Okay, yeah, no, you know what? Fine. You know, what am I talking about? Fine, you deserve it. You picked me up. Do you mind if we go to our place where we always distress? Do you mind that? No, it's all chill. It is all good because I renewed our park pass, so we should be good. And I put the sticker on both of our bumpers like the other day. Well, I always like doing nice things for me and my roomies. Anyways, so the extent of what you know is that I had a Tinder date tonight. Right, yeah. Really haven't gone out there in a while and decided why not test the waters? Why not see how the dating game is going right now? And so I matched with this girl. Her name is Lauren, and she's pretty attractive, and she had a bunch of actually interesting things in her bio. She actually had a bio, and that was nice, and that was really, really, really nice. And so we matched and we started having a conversation, and it turns out that we actually had a lot of media interest in common. We had a lot of music tastes in common. We had a lot of film taste in common. She reads, and we had a lot of authors in common that we both enjoyed. And now looking back, to be fair, our conversations really didn't span farther than that. They didn't reach out in any way, really, other than that. So that could have been a red flag. And I know that I did try to push to try and get some more personal information, but she just kind of held back on that, which is totally fine. You're talking to a literal stranger on a dating app made for a bunch of weirdos generally. It's not made for them, but it's kind of infested with them, especially when it comes to dudes. So, hey, that's life. I figure, you know what? we can talk about it on a date. A face-to-face thing maybe will loosen the tension of it being over a phone. And once again, very cute, very kind. And that's that's the thing that I haven't had with a lot of my past relationships, is kindness. And I value that so much in the people that I surround myself with, that somehow I haven't gotten that in partners, which is weird. So that's even another point on top of all of the already solid list of points that she has going for her. So, ask her out for the usual, meeting over dinner, first date. She is so excited. And I guess that got me even more into it, because she was so excited. She sounded so grateful. And she said that she wanted to do the same thing for me and ask me out. And, that even hearing that is such a great affirmation for me, or reaffirmation that I'm doing the right thing. So we meet up at this restaurant. I decided, for some reason, because I didn't know how long we were going to be down here and I did not want to pay for parking, I decided to take the bus down here. And what a mistake. What a big mistake. And I'll tell you why it is such a big mistake. So we get there, and she is wearing this really adorable floral dress. And I'm like, okay, this is so cool. This is, she looks very, very good, very elegant. And she sees me, and her face lights up, and I'm like, oh my gosh, her face is lighting up? Her face to see me? What? And so I go over to the table, and she gets up and hugs me. And it's like a really nice, warm, comforting hug. Hugs aren't supposed to be that way. I don't usually, aside from you and my family, I've never experienced a hug like that. And so I sit down, and the waiter comes over immediately, and I already know what I want because I've been there before. And she already knows what she wants because she's been sitting there for a little bit, not too long. And we order, and the waiter goes away, and we just start talking, hitting it off. Until we start delving past those topics that I was talking about, until we start going further than just mutual interests in media. Naturally, it's a first date, so you kind of want to start to talk about more serious things, especially considering we had a decent amount of conversation beforehand. And so we keep talking, and I slowly start to sense something is amiss. Something is amiss. She seems, from what I saw, I observed at the beginning a calm nature about her, a very soothing presence. And that's because that's what I wanted to see. But if you take the other leaf of it, it's nothing. It's like she's looking me in the eyes and there's nothing behind it. But lo and behold, she said everything is going great. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm reading too much into it. And then she asks if I would like to, kind of presumptuous, do something after this. And I'm like, okay, what do you have in mind? And she's like, I don't know. I haven't really had a lot of energy for the day, but maybe we could go and get something to drink and then maybe go back to my place. And I'm like, okay, that's a step in a direction. And I said, sure, where do you want to get a drink from? I know a bunch of great bars around here. I was like, because she's from more of a rural area. I'm like, I live literally in the city. I've got some ideas about what we could do. And she said, oh no, I meant like an energy drink, like a coffee. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I know this really awesome brew shop near here, local, and it is delicious. And she's like, oh, nah, I'm not someone who requires super expensive stuff. I'm really, honestly, I just get McDonald's every day. I'm like, oh, that's, yeah, even with a boycott? And she looks at me. And she utters the sentence, oh, you mean the boycott on the companies that are funding the heroes? So I'm like, well, we're automatically in a place right now where this isn't gonna work. You and me, not gonna happen. But I'm not to a place where storming out is a thought in my head. No, yeah, I know. I see your face. I was just as shocked as you. It was insane. So I try to like carefully navigate away from that minefield and get into a more like comfortable subject. And so we start talking about our coworkers, and we start talking about our jobs. And I start telling her about like my friends at my jobs, and that I have like a really close friend group there. And I start talking about people, and I mention Sky, and they say Sky is such a like a cute name. I've always thought that was a great name for a girl. And I'm like, no, it's a guy actually. And she's like, oh, okay, interesting. And I said, what? Well, interesting how? Interesting how? And she said, oh, we are in a public setting. We are not isolated in like a booth somewhere in the corner. We are fully square in the middle of a bunch of filled tables. And she said, oh, that's a shame. That name on a guy is such F-slur, is so F-slur. E. And so literally, I don't know what could happen here. Thank God I did not even have a conversation with this woman about these type of subjects, because she probably doesn't even want people like me to be alive or ourselves. So that is the moment when, and I almost like spat up some of the food I was eating. And it was a moment when I said, hey, have you seen our waiter around here? And she's looking around. I'm like, oh, just look a little bit harder. I kind of wanted to ask something. And then I slipped $50 like under the napkin, but like far out enough that she would be able to see it if she looked. And I went to the bathroom. The waiter came over. I said, where's the bathroom? He said, oh, the bathroom's over there. I went to the bathroom, and I texted you, and I came back. And then I said, I waited until you gave me the note that you're here. And then I said, oh my goodness, I have to go to the bathroom again. I'm so sorry. I can't believe this is happening. She's like, oh, don't worry. Can't wait to see you when you get back. And so there's a bar in the middle of the restaurant, right? Like a circular bar. And then there's tables on either side. So and she's facing the exit door. So I get out of my seat and I go back towards the bathrooms, because the bathrooms are at the back. And then I circle around the bar, and I crouch down, and I walk through the sea of people, and the sea of people waiting, sitting at their tables, and then the sea of people waiting at the doors, and I get out completely unscathed. Well, I mean, it would be rude if, I asked her out on a date and she said no. I mean, and I just left her with the bill. That would be rude and inappropriate, don't you think? Yes, even for someone like her, just a blatantly well-rounded, terrible person. Can I ask you a question? Is it something about me? I just don't get it. I don't get why we have some of the best friends in the entire world. You are the best friend in the entire world. And the group that that surrounds the two of us are just some of the most genuine, amazing human beings. And I must have like a terrible radar for potential romantic prospects because it never works. It never ever works. It's always terrible, always. I don't know what it is. That's why I'm asking you, is because these girls, they seem nice and kind at first, but then there's always something behind it. Whether it be like ethical quandaries that I have with their viewpoints that are like pretty objectively wrong. And or just like manipulative. I'm just wondering, like you go out into the world of dating for the first time in like 3 months, and the only date that you go on is with a Zionist. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth continuing on with this anymore. I'm not saying I'm going to resolve myself to hermitude, but I don't know, maybe wait till I'm like in my 30s or something and people's brains have stabilized and they're not all over the place. Listen, whoa. I don't know. You are like the most calm person that I've met, and a slap on the knee is something. And you look like your version of PO'd, which is like kind of like slightly scrunching your face and looking agitated. Sure, that doesn't seem like that PO'd to the general public, but for someone who knows you, it definitely is. No, but like, why? Why I know that we're not a fan of self-pitying over here, but okay, well, if that's not it, then what is it? You say that as if I'm not the worst sign reader in the entire world. By the way, nice spot you picked out. What, I can't take a moment to compliment the spot that you picked out? I don't know. We've never parked here before. And you can kind of get a perfect view of the lake. In the sunset is nice too. I still don't understand what you're upset about. And I meant it. It's exhausting and so frustrating to not be able to find anyone who is properly like a solid person through and through. To why are you like not like you're nodding your head at me like there's like some hints I should be picking up. And you're still doing it, so I know that's right, but Okay, let's go over it. Let's go over it together. You're mad at me for an unspecified reason. You seem to be mad at me because I'm talking about how I'm having terrible luck in love and I can't find someone who is both interested in me and is like a good person. I'm like the dumbest person alive, aren't I? Okay. Has it been long? Okay, well, at least that is good to hear that my obliviousness has not been that super prolonged. I don't know. I can't tell you why. I just No, that doesn't mean that at all. Just because I haven't thought about it like that doesn't mean that I can't think about it like that. And right now, no, I'm not smiling to make fun of the situation. I promise. I am smiling because I'm having a doi guardian angel slapping me on the back of the head moment. That is not what that's not the what I'm trying to say is, of course it's you. Of course it's always been you. I don't know how I didn't see it before. You are the coolest person that I've ever met. You are smoking hot, which I do tell you on a very consistent basis. And we are, well, since we live together, we know that we are perfectly compatible. I don't know, okay? I don't know. I really don't. I wish I could have a better answer for you, but I guess my best guess is that we met and became best friends, and I kind of just settled into that one way of viewing our friendship. But now that you've told me this information, and I'm forced to look at it through the lens that you've proposed to me, it's like the illusion has shattered. It's like, obviously. Well, I didn't. I was going to say something, but I was scared that it would scare you. I was going to say, obviously, we were meant to be together. But yeah. No. You know, based on my dating history, that I would never do that to you. It is the worst thing in the world to feel like a rebound to somebody. You are my eternal best friend, who I now just realized could be my best friend plus my eternity. Well, I thank you for telling me that I'm being romantic. I wasn't trying, but I was just speaking from my heart. Yeah, what are you thinking about? What can I do for you? A boyfriend girlfriend ceiling kiss. How risque could you possibly be? You're gonna have to make the first move, though, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I think you are. You know, dinner at a relatively nice restaurant is a good first date, but I think that sitting in our spot and cuddling on a blanket and in a blanket together on the hood of the car might be a little more perfect of a first date, don't you think? I'm only propositioning you if you accept. Then yes, I am propositioning you. I will get the blankets from the back and you just stay put, okay? Okay.